Would you play?
Welcome back to another Zaicroth Plays Mobius Final Fantasy VII Remake. Okay, as we were left off did a little bit of grinding before I continued this area. I tried to level up my job classes so that I have more than just the warrior leveled up, and preparing to go into the gate of the Mako reactor. It seems here we have security medical team, no actual elements present, so we don't know ahead of time. I always just go with healing. It's the best thing to go with. I just like seeing Midgar in this aspect. It's kind of like how Crisis Core let us kind of explore Midgar. Feels like we're actually getting to explore Midgar this way. I don't know, just more down to earth. It gives me a little sort of a hint at what possibly could be the future for this new Final Fantasy VII Remake that's going to be coming out. Oh good, these guys are water elementals. So, in the comments, if anyone's out there watching, since we just got started up, yeah, they don't have a lot of views yet, but if anyone's out there watching in the comments, be sure to mention what you feel like you're looking forward to in the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and what you think of this game's representative resources, because definitely it's been said on multiple occasions that this is sort of the 3D resources being used for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I mean, hopefully on PlayStation 4 it'll look a little bit better than this, because this definitely, it doesn't look, while this doesn't look bad, it's definitely a mobile game, a mobile phone game kind of beefed up per se. Do some area attacks here. Always good to get things rolling. I like the use of the old music, but I'm kind of wondering how they're going to, if this is just using the old music to kind of throw back for those of us who actually, let's put our nostalgia goggles on, or if ultimately we're going to have a new orchestral soundtrack, which I heard they were going to redo a lot of that stuff, or interpret it. I mean, hopefully it's not like Crisis Core, which Crisis Core was good, but Crisis Core definitely was one remixed new soundtrack over and over and over. Okay, so this cloud should be right here. Kind of what we're hoping to see is some more Cloud Strife action. Kind of keep it on my warriors so we can also see that Masamune every battle. It's pretty impressive. Open up a treasure chest, because treasure chests are randomly around urban cities. Oh, voice acting suddenly disappeared. Oh, whatever. So she wants a few answers. Where's this place? This is a mock reactor. Right, but man, the puns in this. What kind of actress a Mac reactor? Oh my gosh. Not serious. We actually are. We don't know where any of this is. Can you tell us? Alright, I'll humor you. Microreactors are facilities. Now we go on his eco-terrorist lump. That the energy is used to power lights, machinery, and trains, practically everything in the world. That's impressive. Maybe, but the technology has a downside, and it takes dead people's souls and burns them like kerosene, or nuclear power or something. Microreactors are essentially killing the planet. Who knows? Maybe it explodes because of a lump of coal rock. But so okay, who's Shinra? So he's gonna have to go through the whole story. Now this microreactor, Shinra, the soldiers belong to Polynesia, including you. Polynesia is the world of the hope and bottom out. I'm not interested in fairy tales. Well, but the mock reactor is not a fairy tale. So you think this is a fantasy? Actually, it's the Final Fantasy, and maybe the final episode of this Let's Play, if until at least we get far enough that it matters. What does it mean to take blah blah blah? We keep going. Yes, maybe Polymecia is now an extension of Gaia, and it's killing Polymecia too. He's not interested. Not interested. Kill me, Gane. That was what I was saying. Dissidia was not interested, or kill me, Gane. Kill me, Nai. But so no time for that. Blah blah blah. Oh, so we get to see him for a minute, and then now it's telling us that we have to open locks and switches. So it looks like it's just like the Mako reactor from the very first part of 7, where we're going to have to annoyingly go and open stuff. So you have to go and get a switch, hit switches to open doors. So I'm guessing the switch will be this way. Of course, there's going to be a patrol route. And we actually can't hit that, so we have to go over here probably to get the red switch. Which is going to be more patrol, and we definitely... Oh, so much grinding in this part. I know they want to extend it longer, but it, you know, it is something I'm lower level at, and at this point, I'm actually not going to make you guys suffer through that. So, ooh, new enemy type. Oh, these are like elementals. Well, regardless, I'm definitely not going to interested in making everybody suffer through too much. So we'll be back on the next story arc. Okay, so we got the gate switch. One major ass annoying aspect of this game is the fact that once you go somewhere, I know it's kind of like a phone game, you know, typical mobile style game where they want you to use up energy every time you make a turn so that you can give them more energy and more points in order to more money to get more energy, more points to continue. Otherwise, you have to stop and wait a period, which I haven't had a problem with that yet. But that also means that on my way of going towards the gate, I had to proceed each combat back. Well, now it looks like there's a boss battle here. It says bosses, or it says difficulty 2. So another medical team, and we're supposed to be meeting Cloud here again, according to the little icon. I want to change to the... right now I've got my metallic-looking mage out here, but I want to change to my warrior so I can see our beautiful Mazmune. Let's proceed. Okay, walking around the route, and of course there's going to be combat maybe before or after Cloud. We got these elemental things again. Not too bad. It seems like ice is always the weaker choice in this game. Maybe not this time, but definitely shattered that in 3 hits. So you're looking at what, 12 hits upon these. They all take 3. No, that one just took 2. So area effect spells are definitely what you want. It seems like the higher level spells have an area effect to them, which is good because if you get to the point where you're a little higher level and you get some higher level spells, it makes a lot of the combat go quicker. Of course, you can also, you know, speed it up like this. It's the ridiculously fast-paced action version. It helps for when you're grinding, but I don't know. Something with me is just when I've got to the point where I'm going this quick, I don't really feel like I'm enjoying it because the combat doesn't feel. Not that this combat feels realistic, but the combat doesn't feel like something I can relate to because I can't see all the action. Let's absorb some fire here and keep going. Hopefully, this whole story of leading up to Cloud will accumulate into some actual storyline, or I think ultimately in this very first battle, you fight the boss of the very first boss of Final Fantasy VII, which the Tax Scorpion or Scorpion Guard. Forgive me, I'm a huge FF VII fan. I know other fans are probably crying at me getting it wrong, but I can't remember what it's called. It's that big metallic scorpion mech that you fight in the beginning of 7. Definitely, I think that is sort of the goal of this first expansion's storyline until they release other episodes. I guess releasing episodic is something Square Enix is trying to get into, since that's definitely what they did, what they're planning on doing for Final Fantasy VII. But they're talking about how much Midgar is going to be explorable. Like, they're so focused on, which is great, because it was actually my favorite part of Final Fantasy VII in general, was exploring Midgar. But they're pretty focused on how explorable Midgar will be, so I'm guessing that's going to be part of Episode 1 is just all of exploration of Midgar, which I'm kind of down for. I don't know about you guys, but I like that whole urban dystopian city crawler aspect, the whole Blade Runner, Shadow Run, that kind of feel to it. I don't know, I always enjoyed the big cities. Not that I live in a big city, just enjoy them. Oh, so we go back to Cloud. Should we switch nearby? Shut it off. Okay, we already said that. I ordered her around too. She literally is Navi. It's literally the Final Fantasy version of Navi. So there's another gate. So I'm guessing just like Final Fantasy VII, you're going to have multiple gates on your way up to wherever. And this has quite a few branching paths that they have built into it. So I have a feeling that this is definitely not our final approach. All that effort just to see Cloud again. Just for a moment for him to tell us to do another switch. Cloud's getting a little on my nerves, having us do all of his dirty work, but once we get the switch, we'll definitely see if we can meet Cloud again.